I used to think that doing DSA was just to get a FANG job. If you want to get a high paying job, you need to do DSA, right? Because that was the requirement. It's still a requirement. So I was thinking like, if I want to get a job, let's say at Google, I need to do some lead code style questions, right? Even I was suggesting people to just do lead code style questions or just do DSA so that you can get a FANG job. Then some days ago, I was kind of feel like that advice was wrong. There was this website someone made, like where you can cheat while doing DSA questions in an interview, right? If someone asks you, you do a screen share, and somehow like they can figure out like what the possible solution is with the help of AI or whatever. And I mean, it's up to people if they want to use it. I'm not going to talk about that. Like cheating is fine. I don't know. Like I don't think you should cheat, but yeah, it's up to people who want to build that kind of product and who want to use that kind of product. My concern with lead code style question is like, if a company doesn't pay you that much, why would they ask you these kind of questions, which are not easy to solve by anyone, right? Like you need to do a lot of practice to solve even the basic questions. So what's the purpose of asking those questions? And let's not think about that. Let's not even think about interviews, because when you are like thinking about doing interviews, clearing those rounds, you kind of trying to hack the system. Which, I mean, if you want to do that, you can cheat. That's just like those folks are doing, and you can learn things, right? And then you can pass. But I think we should think broader than just passing those interviews. If you want to become a good engineer, if you want to solve complex problem in your life, if you want to do something meaningful, you need to do hard things. As a web developer, I personally don't need those algorithms. I've been a web developer since last 5 years, and I can be a good decent web developer for next 20 and not even touch a single algorithm. I mean, there are jobs where you don't have to do that. There are many jobs. Majority of jobs, this is the people's main concern, is like, we don't do that in our job. So what's the purpose of testing those skills? Which is a fair criticism. But if you want to do things which are meaningful in computer science, you have to do data structures. I mean, you can't solve every problem with array and objects or hash map, right? You need probably a tree data structure, probably a linked list, right? So you might need those things in the future, but in the present you don't. So my conclusion was, if I don't need it now, why should I do it? But then I was thinking, do I want to do what I'm doing today next, like for next 5 years? And my answer was kind of like no. And the reason is, I want to do hard things in life. Like this has been my motto, and I like challenging my mind, right? So if I want to pursue those fields, I need to do data structures and algorithms. Or if you want to do, let's say, machine learning, I'm just giving an example. We have to learn a lot of algorithms because you need to find optimal solutions. Same with data science. Same with anything meaningful in computer science, you have to do those data structures and algorithms. So instead of thinking like I want to do data structures because to get a job, I think the right mindset is to do hard things. And in order to do the hard things, you need to learn the hard stuff. If you're liking this so far, one of the things Cal Newport talks about in his book Deep Work is craftsman mindset, right? So a craftsman mindset gives you, first of all, a craft. So let's say you want to do distributed systems, or you want to do Android programming. I don't know, like you can pick something and you can become a good craftsman. Like you can become a master. So if you want to do mastery, again, you need to do hard stuff, and you need to do hard stuff regularly, day by day. So I think this is a really good argument. Like if you want to do hard stuff, you need to do the hard computer science concepts, which are mostly in data structures and algorithms. So again, don't do data structure and algorithms just for interviews. Do because you want to become a good craftsman, right? And my last point is thinking long term. In short term, yeah, you probably don't need data structures, right? I don't need it. Probably next 2 or 3 years, I don't need to do data structures or algorithms until unless I want to apply for a FANG job. And I can take that time and do other stuff, which I am. But at the same time, I'm thinking maybe I should spend some more time learning those important computer science concepts. Maybe I should learn more about low-level programming. Maybe I should do more apps programming. I don't know, like I need to, I feel like I need to, there's so much things I can do, and I'm not going to do this web development thing forever in my life. So if I'm thinking long term, why don't I prepare it now? I can't just like after 10 years feel like, oh, now I have time, now let's do the hard things. You can't, life doesn't happen that way. You have to plan. If you have plans, I think it's better to plan long term. Right now, you probably don't need to do DSA. But if you're doing today, your future self will be benefited from that. So if you have time, rather than wasting on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, we can spend that time learning important computer science concepts. And I think that's it from the video. I don't want to make it too long, but that's what the gist, like why everyone should do these data structures and algorithm style questions. And if you like this video, please put a comment. Let me know what you think about that. That's it from today's video. Thanks a lot for watching.